talk to you about a couple of keys that you can copy from tour players to help you improve your ball striking and consistency. When we look at tour players, you see such a wide variety of technique and style, from Dustin Johnson to Ricky Fowler. Nobody really swings it the same. However, within that, you'll tend to see a couple of common things that all the tour players will do. To start off with, you'll almost always see them in a very good and structured setup. By that, you'll see them make a nice grip of the golf club, and you'll also see that they tend to get a very nice athletic posture where they bend forward from the hips, a slight knee bend, and the club hangs literally down from the shoulder from there. So once we get into our setup position, we want to see a good ball position. And again, this is something nobody really has an excuse for. No matter how limited you are, you can create a good grip and a good ball position. And from there, we begin to work into the takeaway. So as the club moves back, one of the things I like to see is a club that's positioned nicely in front of the hands on the takeaway. This will allow me to really get the club in a good position as it approaches the top of the backswing, the face is in the right position, and from there I can really deliver the club with a little bit of power. So for me, they're my three key things. Number one has to be a good grip, a good starting point where you hold the club. The grip is your only contact with the club, so it's really important that this is correct. From there, a good setup. Nobody has any excuse for a poor setup. A nice bend forward from the hips, a good ball position, and then as we move the club away, we want to see it stay nicely in front of the hands. You can see here a good checkpoint is roughly hip high, where we see the club face slightly in front of my hands, and from there I can work the club up into the top of backswing. Let's give it a try. And a nice strike from there. So remember those couple of key things. Number one, get your hands in the right position. Number two, a good ball position and good setup. Really, nobody has any real excuse for these two being poor. If we can get this as a good starting point, you're really in a position to get number three perfect. Number three is just a solid takeaway where the club moves with our shoulders. We get a little bit of wrists involved about halfway, and from there you see the club position nicely in front of the hands. That's you set to make a really good swing and let your natural talent and natural ability take over. So try this.